Dear friends, a warm greeting to all of you and a very good afternoon. First of all, I want to give you some time just for 2 minutes. Let me know, are you very comfortable in audio and video? If there is any problem, just message me on WeChat. Just chat me if there is any problem in audio or audio. Everyone hearing me very properly? Okay. Let's start then. Audio louder and clear. Okay, done. So dear friends, first of all, I want to thanks to Almighty for for blessing me with the wisdom and uh, His grace. Okay, so just a sec. What the Ganji parent? Listen. मेरे तो बहुत आया. So dear friends, a tribute to Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, a founder of homeopathy. I want to thanks IHP team member for providing me this platform through which I am able to share my knowledge which I had acquired from Dr. Praful Vijayakar sir and through my practice. Dear friend, his book Theory of Separation was the eye opener to many of homeopaths all over the world. Dr. Amit Vora, a very close friend of mine and secretary of IHP, he is always a source of inspiration to me. Dr. Amit Bhatia, my old college friend, he had helped me a lot of time during my college years. Thank you, Dr. Amit Bhatia. And of course, nothing is impossible without blessing of my parents. Thank you so much. Dear friends, we are all aware about the present situation of the world. Every department is fighting against COVID-19 and homeopathic doctors has to play a major role in it. Dear friend, this is our golden opportunity to show the potential to whole world what we are. Dear friends, before we proceed, I want to start this webinar with a short story. Once upon a time, there was a businessman who owned a timber company in a deep forest. He was little worried because there was lot of work pending and also there was shortage of laborers to cut the trees. Fortunately, one day a young, robust, healthy man approached him. He assured him with full of confidence that he will cut maximum number of trees as compared to other laborers. Boss was very delighted by his confidence. On first day, he was able to cut 11 trees, 11 huge trees with his axe. Everyone appreciated him because it was a record in their area. On the second day, he was able to cut only 8 trees. Still the boss was satisfied. But on the third and fourth day, he was able to cut 3 and 1 tree respectively. So the boss was very disappointed. he went to the laborers, that particular labor, and asked him what was the reason behind that. The laborer was too confused that what had happened. He was using his full energy, he was using his full strength, but still the result was not good. But when the boss made inquiry, he noted that the axe which he was using, it was not sharpened at all. It was not sharpened at all since 4 days. So boss told him, dear friend, if you want to achieve something in your life, if you want to achieve some goal in your life, only passion is not required. At the same time, you have to sharpen your skill. So in this story, we have to represent this particular story with present situation. That tree represent the coronavirus, labor represent a homeopath, and X demonstrate our knowledge. So right now the present situation is that we are fully prepared. We have lots of passion to treat coronavirus. But are we sharpening our skill? So let us start how to sharpen our skill today. Dear friends, today's webinars have been divided into two parts. First part is simplifying the concept of learning materia medica and repertory. And second part is discussion of the COVID case, which was treated with a single dose of homeopathic medicine in only 3 days. Dear friends, in any case, it may be acute or chronic case, irrespective of the name of the disease, we have to depend on the totality of symptoms. Similarly, if any COVID patient approach us, we have to consider all the symptoms which his body throws. On that basis, we have to form the totality and prescribe the medicine. One more important discussion. Let us start with management of corona with homeopathy. One most important discussion that is going all around the world is about the mortality rate in different countries. That is a big mystery for many people. That why in some countries like US, Spain, and France, this type of countries are suffering more as comparatively to India, and why India has not such a mortality rate. Dear friend, this can be answered through homeopathic principle. Only a homeopath can answer these questions. Dear friend, all through the genetic materials of all this coronavirus is same, but its effect in different countries varies. So what is the reason? The reason is theory of miasm. Okay. As you know, that in miasms we have three type of miasms: sora, psychotic, and syphilitic. If a coronavirus affect soric person, the symptoms which will his body throw will be in a sora form. If it affects the psychotic person, the symptoms which his body throw will be in psychotic form. And if it affects syphilitic person, the symptoms will be which his body throw will be in syphilitic person. So I want to prove that in India there are less of syphilitic people as compared to other countries. There are two participants who are raising their hand, but I want to tell that let me finish my topic. After that, we'll discuss or you can send me the some message on chats also. Dear friends, there is a proverb. Just I want to tell that India has less syphilitic people than other country because I want to start it with a proverb that face is a mirror image of the mind. I want to add one more proverb. Kushi Koran. I want to add one more proverb. One second. Okay, I want to add one proverb. That type of movies, the type of movies, Hollywood or Bollywood, the type of movies are the mirror image of the mindset of that particular country. The type of movies are the mindset of that particular people living in that country. For example, if you see Hollywood movies, what you will feel? What sensation do you get after seeing Hollywood movies? There is lots of destructivity. There is lots of shamelessness, perversion, openness, rashness, liberty, wildness, and totally uncontrolled situation, and lots of debauchery too. So is this a mindset of proper human? It is a mindset of humanity. It goes towards animal type of people. It is destructivity. So why there is lots of demands of this type of movies? Because of their syphilitic mindset. It is just a reflection. I will give an example of one movie. I think everybody has must have shown the movie Titanic. See, no doubt it was a good movie, but at the end, in the end of Titanic, means in the climax, hero dies. Okay, if the same movie is written by the Indian writer, he will never kill hero, because Indian public does not like the bad ending. They always desire a happy ending. Means there is lots of sensitivity in Indian public, and sensitivity is Sora, right? So see our movie and compare their movie. Our movies are there is lots of sympathy, helping, and all this type of feelings we get, and at last there is a happy ending. So this is my view, that most of the Indians are more of psychotic. No doubt, there is lots of cheating, selfishness, charlatans, and many more things right now going on in India. It is a psychotic. We can say more of psychotic people in India and less of syphilitic people. So this proves that India must not worry, because there is less of syphilitic people. So less people will die from this virus. Okay. So let me start with the simplifying the concept of learning materia medica from the book Rapid Cure, which is based on common symptoms. This book I had published a few months before in Mithibai College. Okay. Let us start with the COVID-19 case. Let us start with the COVID-19 problem. See, dear friends, in COVID-19 case, most of the symptoms are related to respiratory system of the person. So to understand the respiratory system of the person, we have two sources. One is repertory and other is materia medica. So let us start with the materia medica. Dear friends, materia medica is a deep ocean without any border. There are lots of medicines from animal kingdom, plant kingdom, from nosodes, sarcodes, and there is a limitless option for us to form the medicines. Okay. So to hunt a remedy for COVID-19 patient or for any other problems from such an extensive book is a colossal task. Dear friends, why to learn Materia Medica seems to be exhaustive task? There are two reasons for that. First reason is there are n number of remedies, and every other day a new remedy is added, and there are more than 10 concepts of 10 different concepts to read Materia Medica book. Some concepts say goes through delusion, some concepts say goes through concomitant, some concepts say goes through the mind or go through the LSMC and something. So there is lots of confusion. So it became an exhaustive task. There was always a question which used to arise in my mind, was that how many number of remedies are sufficient? Mind it dear, how many number of remedies are sufficient to cure maximum number of respiratory problems or maximum number of acute cold and cough patients? There are n number of medicines. It is not possible to read all the remedies. So just to treat a maximum acute cold and cough patient, how many number of remedies are sufficient? Okay, then repertory. Repertory is too extensive with ample of rubrics, and we must be a constant with each rubric, but it is a time-consuming process. After reading this repertory 100 times also, why we are so unsure, puzzled, lost, confused, unclear and baffled? Why to read repertory seems to a boredom task? Dear friends, because rubrics in this repertory are arranged in an alphabetical order. And to read rubrics in such a way seems to be a more of mechanical task. When we read repertory, there is no curiosity in us. We do not enjoy the learning of repertory. Okay, it is not a type of gratifying sensation we get when we learn repertory, because it is arranged in alphabetical order. Okay, second thing is that, second and most important thing which I want to tell is that there are many rubrics in this repertory. Okay, which are most important rubrics in this repertory? Which are most important? No doubt, there are many rubrics which are most important. Still, this type of rubrics are hardly described by the patient, and if assumes if patient describe that rubric, doctor will not able to understand that. I will come to this type of rubrics very soon. And also, repertory is a volatile process. It is a never ending task. We cannot by heart repertory everything at once. In alone repertory, in respiratory system, there are more than 6,000 rubrics, and the present situation demand to learn rubric and remedy so that we can treat corona patient very easily. So, dear friend, it is totally impossible to read so much remedies and so much rubrics. So this is my honest approach to, it is an honest attempt to make clear that how can we reach a particular set of remedies and particular set of rubrics which are most important and which are easy to understand. So there are two tasks in front of us: uncountable number of remedies and ample of rubrics. To solve these two problems, common symptoms comes to us as a rescue. Dear friends, since many decades, common symptoms are overshadowed by PQRS symptoms. Okay, common symptoms are those symptoms. Common symptoms are those symptoms which are easily narrated by the patient and very easily we can understand it. Okay, so in this topic, we'll see that what happened when bunch of common symptoms comes together. So let us start with the repertory. Let us start with the materia medica. Friends, these are the remedies which I had shown on this desktop. These remedies are rarely used in treating acute cold and cough. It may be used to treat allergic cold, but it is rarely used in treating acute cold and cough. Sometimes, seldom, it's fine, but not frequently. The name of remedies are aloes, ithusa, abrotenum, mentim crude, esculus, carbon sulf, carbovage, colocynth, chelidonium, colchicum, etc., opium, apis, berberis, cantheris, arnica, belladonna, cardamom, and cactus digitalis, and many other polycrest. See, I want to say that many polycrest are there which act on many systems at a time. So I want to just tell you that there are particular set of remedies which act on the particular set of system. If you note all above remedies, they are mostly used in GIT system. Second set of remedy are mostly used in UTI system. Third set of remedy are mostly used in injuries. And fourth set are used in heart problems. So now our task is how can we reach to a particular set of remedies which act on acute cold and cough patient in a logical way. For that, again, a common symptoms comes to us as a rescue. Now, dear friend, where we will get common symptoms? Where we will get common symptoms so that we can get this set of remedies? This problem will be solved by the definition given by WHO. WHO defined the respiratory tract infection, upper respiratory tract infection and lower respiratory tract infection. Upper respiratory tract infection includes laryngitis, pharyngitis, tonsillitis, etc. And below the common symptoms had been detailed. These are common symptoms which are usually given by the patient. Coryza, sneezing, nasal obstruction, throat pain, fever, head pain, ear pain, facial pain, cough, productive or non-productive. So if these common symptoms are shifted in the form of rubric, what we will get? Okay. Okay, I missed something. Okay. So if these common symptoms, if we shifted these common symptoms in the form of rubrics and then repertorize, I think I missed that slide. What I had done, I just repertorized all these common symptoms and then got this particular 60 remedies on the repertorial chart from aconite to thuja. These are 60 remedies which I achieved after repertorizing the common symptoms which was detailed by WHO. Okay, now these 60 remedies still there are lots of remedies. We have to search more remedies which are most frequently indicated in this particular set. Dear friends, there is a concept. If we go through the rubric anger and see all the remedies in that anger, there are 3 remedies: Lycopodium, Muxol and Naxomica. They carry 3 marks in that anger rubric, while aloes, magnesium and ambra gracia, they carry only 1 mark. So if a person comes and if we feel he is very much angry, we will never think of aloes, we will never think of magnesium, we will never think of ambra. We can think of Lycopodium, Naxomica or Muxol. Okay. So if this particular concept is used in this particular set of remedies, means what? We have to see which remedies carries higher mark and which remedies carries lower mark. So the remedies which carries more than 2/3 of marks are more qualified. They will be more frequently indicated than other remedies which are not qualifying 2/3 of total marks after repertorization. So these are particular 28 remedies qualifies to reach 2/3 of values after repertorization of the chart. Okay, except these 28 remedies, there are 6 more remedies. There are 6 more remedies which through the clinical approach we had concluded that these remedies are also most frequently indicated. So if we add these 28 remedies along with these 6 remedies, we will get a set of 34 remedies which are most frequently indicated to treat acute cold and cough patients. So dear friend, if you go through this all the remedies, you will also understand that in your own particular practice, these are most frequently indicated. You can take a snap of these particular remedies and you can start reading from today only, so that you can get a clarity that this, but we have presently we have to learn these remedies only. Okay. So one task has been solved, that so much big ocean of materia medica, and we have to treat acute cold and cough patients. So 34 remedies are sufficient to treat maximum number. I'm not telling all the cases. Maximum number of cases can be solved is 34 remedies. Dear friends, repertory. So the second task is ample of rubrics in the repertories. There are lots of rubrics in repertory which are very, very important, but rarely described, as I told you. What are these type of rubrics? These symptoms are mostly sensation. Minded here, these rubrics are mostly related to sensation. Sensation is an easiest way to reach the simillimum, but it is hardest way to analyze. For example, if patient is suffering from constructive pain, boring pain, squeezing pain, hacking cough, or many other type of cough, he will not tell that I am having constructive pain. He will not tell that I am having boring pain. He will just tell that I am having pain. And cough also, he will not tell that I'm having whooping cough, rasping cough, choking cough, constructive cough, hacking cough. He will just say that I am having cough. So the problem is in expressing the problem and understanding the problem. Dear friend, I'm not neglecting or ignoring sensation, but I know that sensation plays a major role. For example, if you go through the rubric cough aggravation in warm room, there are about 34 to 40 remedies. And if you go through the rubric whooping cough aggravation in warm room, there will be hardly 10 to 12 remedies. So no doubt sensation are most easiest way to reach the simillimum, but they are hardly described. So in this webinar, what I am doing, sensation will be kept aside and we'll be focusing on location, modalities and concomitants. Because modalities and concomitant, location, no doubt we can judge very easily what is the location, but modalities and concomitants are easily narrated by the patient. Okay. So sensation, once again, one more thing I want to tell that where does the problem had started? When we joined homeopathic college, we have two books in front of us. One is Materia Medica and one is Repertory. So ample of rubrics and lots of remedies. Where is the problem and how can we solve it? The solution is there inside it. For example, if we divide the repertory into two parts, if we divide the repertory into two parts, half part must be from location, sensation, location, modalities, and concomitants. Half part must be location, modalities, and concomitants, first volume, and second volume must be only for sensation. So in second and third year, they must take first volume. Our syllabus must take first volume of location, modalities, and concomitants. Really, student will enjoy that, because when they read sensation, they cannot feel it, they will not able to sense it. And in fourth year, there this sensation must be thought, because it is very much important. Until that, the doctors will at least understand, okay, what they are teaching us. Okay, so repertory must be divided into location, sensation, location, modalities, and concomitant first volume, and second sensation in second volume. So this is an easy approach to understand the repertory in the most beautiful way. Okay, and what about materia medica? How the materia medica must be taken in syllabus, so that can be easily understood. The answer is that materia medica must be divided into, if you want to learn acute materia medica, it should be divided into first part, second part, third part, and fourth part. First part must be acute materia medica for respiratory system, acute materia medica for GIT system, acute materia medica for UTI system, acute materia medica for injuries, and acute materia medica for others. Others included this epilepsy, heart problem, and etc. If in this way the materia medica and repertory are taught, it will be more easy for all the doctor to understand. Okay, so let's go further. So what is the solution? So what is the solution to read repertory in a most shortcut way, so that we can treat maximum number of COVID patient in a shortest way? So let us focus on location, modalities, and concomitants. Dear friends, location are easily to pursue, but what about modalities and concomitants? I done lots of research on modalities and concomitant also. Concomitant, if it is divided into four parts: mind concomitant, discharge concomitant, pain concomitant, and others. Because most of the rubrics are related to discharge and pain. What is discharge and pain? For example, if the patient of cough comes to us for the treatment, okay, if the patient of cough comes to us as a treatment, typically case must be taken in a particular order. Means if the patient says something, let him continue whatever he used to say. Okay, then we'll search concomitants. We'll complete the symptoms by location, modalities, and concomitants. For example, patient is coughing. What next question we can ask? What are the discharge during cough? Are you getting watering as during cough? Are you getting urination during cough? Are you getting perspiration during cough? Are you getting hemorrhage somewhere from the during cough? And pain. What are the symptoms accompanied with during pain? Are you getting throat pain during cough? Are you getting chest pain during cough? Are you getting headache during cough? And mind is emotions. Okay, again, modalities can again be divided into four parts: environment, activities, food and drink, and others. Environment. What is environment? Cough aggravation, warm room, open air, cold air. Activities, in which particular activities cough gets aggravated: during lying down, during walking, during sleeping, during eating. These all are activities, ing activities: lying, sleeping, eating. Food and drink. Which type of food and drink does aggravate your cough? Tea aggravation, coffee aggravation, warm food aggravation, cold food aggravation. See, dear friend, if these modalities are divided into three parts, concomitants are divided into four parts, then many of the rubrics become very easy. So now how to arrange the remedy, how to read these rubrics so that we can understand whole remedy in a shortcut way. For that also, common symptoms comes to as a rescue. How does the common symptoms comes to as a rescue? Dear friends, these are below 13 sentences which are usually spoken by the patient during narrating their problems. Okay, I am coughing, I am suffering from coryza, I am sneezing, my eyes are watering, there is pain in my ear, there is pain in my nose, my throat is painful, my ear is blocked, my nose is blocked, my throat is chopped, there is discharge from my nose, ear, etc. So these are symptoms which are commonly narrated by patients. So what I have done, I had convert these symptoms into rubrics. Cough rubric, coryza rubric, sneezing rubric, lacrimation rubric, pain rubric of ear, nose, throat, obstruction rubric of ear, nose, throat, and discharge rubric of ear, nose, throat. So again, if this rubric are designed in a such a way that they are easily understood, for that I'd make a triangle. So dear friend, this is a triangle which is easily learned, which can be grasped very easily. If you see here, cuff in the middle of the triangle, and three angles are covered by concomitants, aggravation and amelioration. Again, concomitant are covered by mind, others, pain and discharge. Environment is covered by activities, food and drink, and others. So it is the easiest way to understand most frequently symptoms narrated by the patient. Again, coryza, ailment from mind accompanied with coryza, pain accompanied with coryza, others accompanied with coryza, discharge accompanied with coryza, aggravation and amelioration. In here, right side, sneezing, concomitant aggravation amelioration, lacrimation, concomitant aggravation amelioration, pain in the ear, nose, throat, aggravation, amelioration, concomitants, nose, throat, okay, obstruction, aggravation, amelioration, concomitant, nose obstruction, aggravation, amelioration, concomitant, throat obstruction, okay, and at last, seventh part is discharge. Discharge from the ear, nose, throat, colors, color of discharge, smell of discharge, type of discharge, and texture of discharge. For this, I'll give you one example of a remedy so that you can understand it in a proper way. This is an example. For example, arsenic alb. Arsenic alb, ailment from anger, vexation, excitement. Cough is maybe accompanied with anxiety, weeping, pain in head, throat, shoulder, chest, discharge during cough, environment, activities, food and drink, aggravation, amelioration. It can be arranged in such a nice way that you can read each and every remedy in a simplest form. Coryza, again mind, others, pain, discharge, coryza, aggravation, amelioration, sneezing, of course, concomitant aggravation, amelioration, lacrimation, concomitant aggravation, amelioration. This is again pain in the ear of arsenic, which is aggravation by cold air, pain in the ears of arsenic accompanied with the noise in the air, and pain in ears of arsenic extends to nose, neck, and shoulders. So these are easiest way to reach the remedies. Discharge of arsenic, color, smell, type, texture. Nose discharge, color, smell, type, texture, and throat discharge. Throat discharge means expectoration. Type of expectoration which arsenic patient throws, bloody expectoration, green expectoration. Is it offensive, non-offensive, purulent, frothy, etc. So up till now, so let us discuss any problems. Chat. So let us discuss what if there is any problems. If you want to say something, let us chat for some time. Voice is breaking. तुमने आवाज कर. Dear friends, are you getting my voice? Okay. So if you want anything else from me, yes, you can ask Dr. Vaishali, Dr. Chaya. Okay, okay. Any question from you? Okay, okay, dear. Any question, any problems you want to know or you want to discuss from the topic which we have discussed till now? No queries? Any queries, dear? Any queries? Okay. So let us proceed further. Dear friends, these are so up till now we had saw up till now we had saw that how much number of remedies are sufficient to cure maximum number of acute cold and cough patient, and how to read the rubrics so that it become easy to understand. Okay, there are some more topic, there are some more way through which we can judge rubric from the patient, and that is an observation. Friends, when a patient of cough comes to us, the gestures of the cough, the gestures of the body during cough can guide us to many of the rubrics. For example, some patient will hold his throat while coughing. Some patient will hold the chest while coughing. Some patient may hold chest and abdomen while coughing. These are the gestures we do miss during taking the case, and these are the shortcut way to find the rubrics. For example, if the patient is grasping his external throat while coughing, we can think of remedy like phosphorus hepasulf, phosphorus hepasulf, and many more. If he hold chest while coughing, we can think of Rumex, Muxol, and many more. If he is rubbing his face while coughing, we can think of Pulsatilla. If he is holding his chest and abdomen while coughing, we can think of Phosphorus bryonia and many more. Many more other rubrics which we can derive by observation are red face during coughing, like Sabadilla, Sanguinaria, Belladonna, Cilicia. Blue face during coughing, like Naxomica. Okay, so these are the easiest way. Observation is the easiest way to find rubrics. So you can go through this chart. You can go through this chart which I had made in my book. Observation, which remedies does this type of gestures during cough? Hepasulf, grasping throat during cough, supports larynx during cough, grasping larynx during cough, redness of face during cough, must sit up, Ilium cepa, grasping external throat during cough, support cough. So sanguinary red face during cough. So you can take a pic of this chart. Second chart is this. Bryonia hold head and chest with both the hand during cough. Muxol hold chest with both the hand during cough. Belladonna grasping throat during cough. So you can take a pic of this. China red eyes during cough. Drosera. hold head, chest, abdomen, and back with the hand. Sometimes we'll hold head, sometimes we'll hold head, sometimes we'll hold chest, sometimes we'll hold abdomen. Okay, so these 26 remedies has been arranged through the rubrics through which we can find the remedies. Okay, so next part is change of emotions. Many of us do neglect the change of emotions during cough because we think that emotions are not at all necessary in acute cases, but they are most shortcut way to reach the remedies. I derived this set of emotions the patient express during, before, or after cough. He may be anxious. See, now, what is the situation right now in this present world? If somebody has a cough, he may get anxious. He may get fear. Some remedy will weep. अरे मेरा क्या होगा? Corona हो जाएगा. Some remedy may get sad. So this type of, some may go in grief. See, it's totally an individualization. Everybody will behave in a different way. Mourning during cough, delirium during cough, chagrin and trouble during cough, morose during cough. This was a cough. And these symptoms are related to coryza. Dullness during coryza, impatient during coryza, weeping during coryza. Okay. So I hope you had took a pic of the both the slides. So dear friends, whatever I told just now, कुछ stats can air what stats. I want to ask. So we have to take common symptoms also straight on figure. Yes, 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 Dr. Chaya. Absolutely yes. We have to take common symptoms, and these common symptoms will only guide us towards PQRS symptoms. See, PQRS symptoms. What are PQRS symptoms? For example, PQRS means in initial days of practice. Now, what I used to do, I used to focus only on PQRS symptoms. For example, for example, uh, I will give one example. One old lady came. One old lady came for the treatment, acute cold and cough. She told that I am having coryza, I am having headache, I am having coryza. So at that time, I used to focus on PQRS symptoms. अरे PQRS symptoms नहीं बोल रही है, अभी क्या बोलूं? Again, I used to ask. So I used to feel कि अभी थोड़ी देर के बाद PQRS symptoms बोलेगी. I used to wait for when she'll express PQRS symptoms. सर्दी हो रही है, खांसी हो रही है, सर दर्द है, सर्दी हो रही है, खांसी है, सर दर्द है. Dear friends, I was so much irritated. I was so much irritated at that time that मेरे मुंह से निकल गया, अरे कुछ तो PQRS symptoms बताओ. And she laughed. Dear friends, she laughed. कि अभी PQRS symptoms, she doesn't know what is PQRS symptoms. So वो लेवल तक इरिटेशन था मुझे कि मुझे PQRS symptoms फाइंड करने हैं ताकि मुझे रेमेडी बरोबर नहीं मिले. लेकिन डियर फ्रेंड, पेशेंट कभी भी PQRS symptoms हार्डली कभी बोलता है तो बोलता है. PQRS symptom means, फॉर एग्जांपल, मेरे पास थोड़े दिन पहले पेशेंट आया था. He was suffering from cold and cough. So what he told that from my nose the coryza is coming, water is coming from the nose, which is icy cold. Oh, I thought, oh, it's a easy way to reach the remedies. I saw the rubric icy cold, coryza, and 2-3 remedies were covering that rubric, and one of the remedy was phosphorus. Within 2 minutes, he was much better. Within 2 to 5 minutes, I assure you. So, only to stress on PQRS symptoms, it will be a head banging on the wall. So start with common symptom, and then we can reach PQRS symptoms very easily. So Dr. Chaya, you are very right. We have to focus on common symptoms. We have to also take a PQRS symptoms at the same time. Common symptoms are very easily to understand and very easily narrated by the patient. related modalities related to concomitance. Okay. So these are the mind rubrics, which I make a chart of that. You can take a pic of that also. How the arsenic will behave at this present situation. He'll get anxious, he'll weep, अरे मुझे कोरोना हो जाएगा. He will get dull, अरे मुझे कोरोना हो जाएगा. How will causticum will behave? He'll become sad, अरे मुझे कोरोना हो जाएगा. मैं दुखी दुखी रहेगा. Aconite will get anxious and restless. He will get excitement during cough. So all this cough, all this remedy will behave in a different way, and we can reach this rubric very easily. I hope we have took the pick of this slide. Let's go further. So these were 13 remedies. Spongia will weep during cough. Brania, shrieking during cough. Drosera, anger during cough. Entimtat, unconsciousness, cough attack between. So these are mind rubric. Hepasulf, anxious during cough. Shrieking during cough. Argentum nitricum, frighten easily during cough. China, weeping during cough. Okay. You can take pic of that. And coryza also. See, very strange rubric in Muxol. Company desire for coryza during in Muxol. Company aversion to during coryza in anacardium. Aversion to mental work in calcarea calf. Impatience with coryza. अरे मुझे coryza ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, क्या कर रहे हो डॉक्टर, जल्दी ठीक करो. Nuxomica. Irritation during coryza. Impatient during coryza. So these are easiest way to find the simillimum. Okay. So up till now we had covered observation and examinations. Sorry, observation and mind symptoms. Let us go to next slide, which is most important and most neglected by an homeopath. That is physical examination. Dear friend, I too want to confess in front of you that in initial days, I rarely used to examine the patient. Nowadays, I make an habit, at least an habit, to examine the patient. Examination of the patient does not only help for the clinical diagnosis, but also help to find the rubrics. In which way? Let us proceed. See, there are four situations during physical examination of patient through which we can derive the remedy. First situation is visual examination. If patient comes in front of us, we'll see him. What rubric we can derive from visual examination is redness of eyes during cough, agglutination in eyes with coryza, redness of throat during cough, okay, red face during cough, okay. So there are many type of rubrics. Enlarged tonsils, enlarged uvula when we examine the throat, okay. So eye symptoms, nose symptoms, throat symptoms we can judge very easily. Nasal polyp, most important is type of discoloration of the tongue during acute problems. So visual examination is the most important examination from which we can derive rubric very easily. You can note this. You can note this type of symptoms. You can take a pic of these symptoms, these rubrics, through which can be derived very easily during visual examination of the patient. Nasal polyp, agglutination eyes coryza with swelling leads coryza during ecchymosis coryza from coughing from, swelling under eye, swelling above eye, coughing from. So these are most important rubric which are easily available with us. But you know, dear, problem is that The eye does not read what the mind does not know. If we are not accustomed with this type of rubric, we will hardly judge this rubric if the patient is in front of us. Alag alag. If the patient is in front of us, we'll hardly able to judge because we does not know this that this type of rubrics are available in repertoire. Second thing is this. So first thing was visual examination of the patient. Second thing is when the patient is told to lie on the examination table, the different postures can also guide us to many of the rubrics. So I'll let's which type of rubrics we can find during this changes in postures when the patient is told to lie down on the examination from the chair. Cuff aggravation by lying down, cuff amelioration by lying down, cuff change of posture during lying down, cuff sitting must, and this is the slide which we can get. Changes in posture when patient is told to lie down on examination table, lying aggravation, lying amelioration. You can take a pic of these two. This is also important to find the rubric very easily. Okay, so next is physical examination during cuff. We examine the patient by touch. So these are 6-7 rubrics which you can take a pic. Coldness and cough during, coldness lower lip cough during, heat hand cough during, heat face cough during, heat head cough during, cold perspiration cough during. And fourth part is chest examination of patient. Chest examination of patient is breathing deep when the patient is told to inhale or exhale. When we check by stethoscope, the patient will take deep inspiration and he'll cough. So that is a cough aggravation from deep inspiration. And patient inspire little bit. Any cough, that is inspiration, aggravation. And if patient is coughing, and when he does a process of throwing his air from the nose, that is expiration, ameliorate. So these were 3 parts through which we can derive rubric very easily. One was observation, second was mind symptoms, and third was the physical examination. So these were the most shortcut way through which we can find the rubric and form the totality. Okay. What are other way to find medicines, find the rubrics? These were location, modalities, and concomitants. And second one is personal history of the patient, which we neglect. Personal history of the patient means changes since the chief complaint. It should not be before chief complaint. Changes since the chief complaint the patient is suffering from. What is changes in chief complaint? Changes in appetite since the chief. It may be reduced or it may get more. It may be ravenous. Changes in thirst, thirstless, thirsty. Changes in desire, aversion since the complaint had started. Changes in urine, stool, perspiration, thermal, sleep, dream sensitivity. So my friends, these are the most important rubrics we missed many times. We just focus on LSMC. For example, since cough, the sleep of the patient has increased. For example, since this complaint, he had become very sensitive to noise. His taste has changed in bitter. He is smelling very badly. There is acute smell or there is anosmia. Okay, he is very much sensitive to light, etc. And etc. You can take pic. You must be knowing this all the things. Okay. So dear friends, the first part of this webinar is finished. What we had learned in the first part, that what we had learned is in this first part, that there are ample of remedies in front of us, and we have to get a particular set of remedies through which we can treat maximum number of patients. So these were 34 remedies, and there are lots and lots of rubric in front of us, and how to reach toward these rubrics so that our task become more easier. How we had reached? By location, modalities, and concomitants. Modalities were divided into pain, discharge, mind. Concomitant were divided into mind, discharge, pain, and others. While modalities were divided into aggravation, amelioration. Aggravation and amelioration were again divided into environment, activities, and food and drink. So this was the easiest way through which we reach the particular set of rubrics. And by examination, through observation, and through the mind symptoms, we can derive many rubrics. So this first part is over. So any problem with this first part, we can chat right now. Chat kar. Any first part? Any first part in this this you want to ask some question in the first part, or let us we proceed? Okay, so there are no problems right now. Okay, now the most awaited part. Now the most awaited part is the case of that COVID-19 patient. Dear friends, I will send an audio clip in this slides, and what you have to do, you have to just listen the conversation between me and the relative of the patient. The patient was not there on the end because he was not able to talk because of continuous cough and weakness. So just go through these audio clips. Just go through these audio clips. Take pen and paper. Just write the totality of symptoms and match your totality of symptoms with mine totality of symptoms, and then we will analyze whole the things at last. Different audio clips is little lengthy also, and it is noisy also. So just focus on the symptoms which patient tell. Okay. After that, I will invite Dr. Sandesh and Dr. Sailesh to share their experience regarding this case. And at last, I will show you the medical report of positive and negative. Webinar. हाँ जी, अभी ना मुझे. Dear friends, I'm starting this audio clip and be ready. Just a minute for you. Dear friend, I'm starting this audio clip and be alert and analyze the thing. सब अभी के राइट नाउ सिम्टम्स जो भी है ना सब बताइए क्या क्या हो रहा है.
राइट नाउ उनको ऐसे कॉफ हो रहा है. आप सुन सकते हो. हाँ बस ऐसे जब खांसी होता है तो म्यूकस निकलता है व्हाइट कलर.
ओके, खांसते हैं तब व्हाइट कलर का म्यूकस निकलता है।
म्यूकस निकलता है और वीकनेस है।
वीकनेस है।
हाँ।
ओके।
बाकी उनको थ्रोट पेन नहीं है।
हाँ।
वो खाना बराबर चबा के रोटी सब्जी सब खा सकते हैं।
ओके।
और वीक नहीं है बस। तो आज RL लगाया था मैंने।
RL लगाया था आपने?
RL लगाया था, विटामिन D3 दिया था।
ओके।
आज मतलब एक्स्ट्रा में जो मैंने किया।
ओके। अच्छा। ओके। ये अभी खाली खांसी है और म्यूकस आ रहा है, व्हाइट कलर का आ रहा है म्यूकस। और ठीक है कि थिन है म्यूकस?
सॉरी सर,
म्यूकस जो निकल रहा है वो एकदम ठीक है कि थिन है?
थिन है ना। फ्लूइड है।
अच्छा।
हाँ, प्यूरुलाइट।
ओके, पुरुलेंट है। येलो कलर का है?
येलो है नहीं, वाइट है।
वाइट है। ओके। ओके। और ये कंटिन्यूस कफ चल रहा है ना? कंटिन्यूस?
नहीं, बीच में रुक जाते, कोशिश करेंगे ऐसे लंबा ऐसे सांस लेंगे।
हाँ।
तो होता है, मतलब ऐसे डीप ब्रीदिंग करने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे ना।
हाँ।
तो है।
तो जब बात करना चाहते हैं तब होता है और जैसे डीप ब्रीथिंग करते हैं तब होता है?
ब्रीदिंग करते हैं तब होता है।
ओके। और क्या दूसरा? बुखार?
और एक्चुअली उनको आपको केस पेपर भेजा है क्या उन्होंने?
हाँ, केस पेपर भेजा है मुझे।
हाँ, तो 20th को उनको फर्स्ट फीवर आया था।
ओके।
इससे पहले वो अपना GP प्रैक्टिस तो कर रहे थे।
हाँ।
लेकिन सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन करके कर रहे थे। उन्होंने किसी पेशेंट को कम से कम महीने के ऊपर हो गया था, चेकअप नहीं किया था।
हाँ।
स्टेथोस्कोप से भी चेक नहीं किया, BP भी नहीं, एंड नो इंजेक्टेबल।
ओके।
तो ऐसे डिस्टेंस पे बिठा के पूछ के वो मेडिसिन दे रहे थे।
ओके।
19 तक ही वॉज एब्सोल्युटली फिट एंड फाइन।
ओके।
20th को फर्स्ट डे उनको फीवर आया।
अच्छा।
और थोड़ा सा थ्रोट इरिटेशन हुआ।
ओके।
तो उन्होंने एजिथ्रोमाइसिन 3 डेज लिया।
ओके।
फिर उससे थोड़ा उनको फीवर सबसाइड नहीं हुआ तो उन्होंने एंटी मलेरियल और कैमिथ्रोसिन लिया कुछ।
ओके।
कैरिथ्रोमाइसिन लिया सॉरी।
ओके।
ये इसका कोर्स उनका फीवर तो चले गया था।
हाँ।
लेकिन संडे से मतलब 26 से उनको ऐसे खांसी शुरू हो गया।
ओके।
मगर थोड़ा थोड़ा था।
ओके।
अभी आज 30th है तो 29 और 30th
हाँ।
ये 2 नाइट्स को उनको मतलब 28 को नाइट को उनको वापस फीवर आया।
ओके।
102 की 103 था
29 को?
हाँ, 29 को।
ओके।
और आज मॉर्निंग में भी था 101।
ओके।
और अभी उनका HCQ चालू है वापस से, मलेरिया का एक डोज।
ओके।
400 mg ले रहे BD।
ओके। ओके। और क्या मतलब ये सब ट्रीटमेंट के बाद भी खांसी कंट्रोल नहीं आ रही है?
नहीं आ रही है। और उन्होंने आर्सेनिक 1 mg 3 दिन लिया है कंटिन्यू 3 टाइम डेली।
आर्सेनिक 1 mg 3 टाइम से डेली है तो भी फर्क नहीं है? और एलोपैथिक ट्रीटमेंट से भी अभी तक कुछ चेंजेस नहीं आया?
नहीं, खांसी में नहीं आया।
खांसी में चेंजेस नहीं आया? ओके। और थ्रोट इरिटेशन है अभी?
थ्रोट इरिटेशन है? नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं है, खाली ऐसे खांसी हो रहा है।
अभी फिलहाल खांसी है और म्यूकस आ रहा है, यही 2 इश्यू। और वीकनेस बढ़ा है कि कम है? वीकनेस ज्यादा है कि कम है 2-4 दिन से आज?
RL लगाने के बाद से उनको अच्छा लग रहा है अभी।
अच्छा। ओके।
थोड़ा थोड़ा स्नीजिंग है बोल रहे।
थोड़ा स्नीजिंग है। ओके। आप लोगों ने घर पे सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग रखा है ना?
नहीं सर,
बहुत जरूरी है ये तो।
वो तो है लेकिन क्या करेंगे सर, वेरी स्मॉल किड्स आए हैं तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं हुआ। लेकिन टचवुड किड्स और मैं फिलहाल हम लोग तो 10 डेज हो गया यार, 11 डे हो गया।
ओके।
तो हमको कुछ अलग ऐसा ये नहीं है।
अच्छा। और एंटीबायोटिक आपने दिया, एंटी मलेरिया दिया, फिर भी आज सुबह फीवर आया था?
हाँ, फिर भी आज सुबह आया था।
अच्छा, फीवर का कुछ भी पैटर्न है क्या? मॉर्निंग में आ रहा है कि इवनिंग में आ रहा है?
नहीं, कोई पैटर्न नहीं है इसका।
कोई टाइम पैटर्न नहीं?
रात को एक मतलब 28 नाइट को आया था।
हाँ,
11 o'clock, वैसा 29 नाइट को भी आया।
वही टाइम था क्या?
वही टाइम था, मतलब नाइट 10:30 11।
अच्छा, तो 28 को भी 11 o'clock को फीवर आया था, 29 को भी 11 o'clock?
को भी, हाँ।
ओके।
लेकिन आज 30 है, लेकिन आज मॉर्निंग में आया, मतलब इतने दिन से कुछ भी नहीं था उनको फीवर।
अच्छा,
आफ्टर 24 उनको डायरेक्ट 28 को फीवर आया था, वो भी नाइट को।
अच्छा। और फीवर जब भी आता है ना, तो कुछ भी सिम्टम्स आते हैं उसके साथ?
फीवर आता है तो बस खाली वीकनेस लगता है और बहुत ऐसा लगता है कि सो के ही रहना है।
फीवर आता है तो
लेजी हो जाता है, फुल बॉडी लेजी हो जाता है। वीकनेस के साथ फीवर आता है।
जब भी फीवर आता है तो वीकनेस आता है, राइट?
वीकनेस आता है, सही।
अच्छा, जब भी फीवर आता है तो पसीना आता है?
फीवर आता है तो पसीना आता है। पैरासीटामोल लेने के बाद बहुत पसीना आता है।
ओके। और फीवर आता है तो ठंडी लगता है?
फीवर आता है तो ठंडी नहीं लगता है।
ओके, तो ठंडी अभी तक एक बार भी लगा नहीं है?
नहीं।
ओके। फीवर आता है तो हेडेक बढ़ जाता है या नौसिया लगता है? कुछ नहीं।
कुछ नहीं।
लेकिन एक फीवर का पैटर्न है कि वो 2 दिन 11 बजे आया है रात को, राइट?
हाँ, बस एक ही दिन ऐसा हुआ है, मतलब ये 2 days ही ऐसा हुआ है।
2 days। थर्ड डे। लेकिन कल सुबह नहीं था, लेकिन आज सुबह आ गया है वापस फीवर?
हाँ, हाँ।
ओके।
आज सुबह में भी मतलब 10:30 11 के आसपास ही फीवर था उनको।
अच्छा, और कल रात को जब, हाँ,
पैरासीटामोल देने के बाद में 10-15 मिनट्स में पूरा फीवर उतर जाता है।
ओके। और कल रात को ज्यादा फीवर था कि आज सुबह ज्यादा फीवर था?
कल रात को था।
ओके। और हो सकता है आज भी रात को 11 बजे आ सकता है?
आ सकता है, अभी मैं पता नहीं।
ओके। और कुछ सिम्टम्स जो आपको दिख रहे हैं, जैसे चेहरे पे कुछ चेंजेस?
नहीं, चेहरा मतलब डार्क सर्कल्स आ गया आँख के नीचे।
हाँ।
और दूसरा चीज, उनको मैं खाने को तड़का देती हूँ ना,
हाँ,
तो उसका स्मेल आता है।
खाने का तड़का आप जब देते हो तो स्मेल आता है, उससे क्या होता है उनको?
सहन नहीं होता, वॉमिटिंग जैसा लगता है।
हाँ।
वॉमिटिंग जैसा लगता है।
ओके, वॉमिटिंग होता नहीं है, वॉमिटिंग
होता
जैसा?
नहीं है, खाली फील आता है। मतलब वो बोलते हैं सब दरवाजे बंद कर दो, ऐसा। ही गोज टू अ बेडरूम एंड सिट, मतलब उसको वो स्मेल से इरिटेशन होता है। जब वो तड़का डालते हैं ना हम खाने सब्जी को, शॉक लगाते हैं, तो उससे स्मेल से उनको इरिटेशन होता है।
तो और कोई, जैसे खाना पड़ा रहेगा और खाने के स्मेल से नहीं होता, जब तड़का लगाते हैं तो ही होता है वो?
हाँ, तो ही होता है।
अच्छा।
और गर्मी बहुत लगता है बीच बीच में। कभी बोलते एसी लगाओ, कभी बोलते एसी बंद करो, विंडोज खोलो।
अच्छा,
ऐसे।
ओके। और नाक बंद भी हो जाता था पहले?
नाक बंद होता था पहले? नहीं, मगर है ना, ये जो बुखार आया ना, इससे पहले इनका एक इशू ये था कि इनको नाक में स्मेल आता ही नहीं था, कोई भी किस्म का स्मेल नहीं।
अच्छा, ये पहले का ही सिम्टम्स है? जूना
ये
है?
पहले का है, मतलब उनको स्मेल नहीं आता था।
अच्छा।
मगर अभी उनको टॉवल में से कभी स्मेल आ जाता है, कभी उनको खाने का स्मेल आ जाता है।
तो स्मेल इनको जल्दी आ जाता है कोई भी चीज का भी, मतलब कुछ भी?
अभी ये मतलब 3-4 days में
ये, अच्छा, ये 3-4 days में ये चेंज आया कि कुछ भी स्मेल इनको वो जल्दी पकड़ लेते हैं अभी?
हाँ, हाँ।
अच्छा, ओके, वेरी ओके।
पसीने का भी स्मेल चेंज हो गया बोल रहे हैं।
क्या चेंज हो गया? पहले क्या था, अभी क्या है?
क्या हो गया? करोसिव स्मेल है बोल रहे हैं।
कोरोसिव स्मेल है, अच्छा। और पसीना कपड़े पे दाग छोड़ रहा है या?
दाग छोड़ रहा है पसीना कपड़े पे? नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है सर।
आपको कुछ स्मेल आ रहा है पसीने का उसका?
मेरे को नहीं आ रहा है सर।
ओके।
उनको इंटरनली आ रहा है।
अच्छा, ओके। और जैसे आंखें लाल हो गई है या चेहरा लाल हो गया है, ऐसा कुछ?
नहीं, नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं, खाली चेहरे पे डार्क सर्कल्स आ गए फेस पे।
ओके।
हाँ, एक्चुअली इनको मेन जैसे कोविड टेस्ट करने बोला ना,
हाँ।
हमने वो कोविड टेस्ट करने का जब बोला, और उनको ये कॉफिंग और ये सब उनका इंक्रीज भी हो गया। उनको थोड़ा सोशली भी ऐसा लगता है कि पब्लिक ह्यूमिलेट करेगी अगर कोविड पॉजिटिव आया तो।
अच्छा।
हाँ, मैंने खुद बोला है। हाँ, आपने बोला है, लेकिन आपको प्रॉब्लम है ना, सोशल इशू। हाँ।
सोशली, ओके। तो ये कोविड टेस्ट सुनने के बाद इनकी खांसी बढ़ गई है कि शुरुआत हुई खांसी की?
ऐसा हुआ है, खांसी था लेकिन कोविड टेस्ट करने अलग ही सब, बट नेचुरली मेंटल सिम्टम्स बता रही हूँ उनका।
ओके, तो ये थोड़ा डर गए थे?
हाँ, ये उसी के लिए, मतलब अगर पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट आया
हाँ।
तो सोसाइटी क्या बोलेगी, यहाँ पर
अच्छा।
बैनर लगेगा कोविड पेशेंट है, ऐसा मतलब वो।
ओके ओके, गॉट इट।
हाँ हाँ, कि बच्चे लोग को सब ये करेंगे या मुझे कोई कुछ बोल देगा।
ओके
हाँ।
ओके, और इनकी भूख कैसी है फिलहाल?
भूख कम है, मतलब पहले से कम खा रहे हैं, लेकिन खा सकते हैं, मतलब ऐसा ये नहीं है,
नॉर्मल है मतलब?
नॉर्मल है। मतलब वो मैंने सुबह शीरा बनाया, खा लिया। मतलब ऐसे खुद से जैसे भूख लग रहा है ना, वैसा नहीं लग रहा है।
ओके, थोड़ी कम है मतलब
कम
कंपेरेटिव?
है। हाँ, मैंने सुबह शीरा दिया, वो खाया, फिर दोपहर को 2 चपाती एंड दाल, पालक दाल था, दैट ही उन्होंने खाया। फिर शाम को चाय बिस्किट लिया उन्होंने।
ओके। और खाने पीने के जो टेस्ट है, मीठा तीखा खट्टा, वो टेस्ट में कुछ चेंजेस आ गया है? पहले अलग था, अभी अब 8-10 दिन से अलग है, 3-4 दिन से कुछ अलग टेस्ट आ रहा है, खाने का अलग खाने का मन कर रहा है, पहले नहीं था?
अभी भी कड़वा लग रहा है, बीच में तो टेस्ट वापस है। एक्चुअली पहले उनको सब कड़वा लग रहा था, फिर बीच में टेस्ट डेवलप हुआ था।
हाँ।
मतलब खाने का टेस्ट पता चल रहा था, और अभी वापस से बोले कि कड़वा लगता है कुछ भी।
ज्यादा कड़वा क्या चीज लगता है खाने पर?
थोड़ा कड़वा लगता है। क्या कड़वा लगता है ज्यादा खाने पर? हाँ, जैसे दाल बनाया था दोपहर में, वो उनको कड़वा लगता है।
ओके ओके।
और राइस नहीं खा रहे वो, राइस कुछ प्रॉब्लम है राइस को? नहीं। हेलो।
हाँ जी।
हाँ सर।
तो ये जैसे राइस पसंद नहीं आ रहा है, कुछ ऐसे मीठा तीखा खट्टा खारा पहले नहीं पसंद आता था, अभी पसंद आ रहा है, ऐसा कुछ है 3 दिन से?
नहीं है।
क्रेविंग बढ़ गई कोई चीज की? क्रेविंग
खाली वो ऐसे मुंह में पूरा दिन लवंग रखते हैं।
क्यों लवंग खांसी के लिए?
लवंग से रखते, खांसी नहीं आना चाहिए इसके लिए लवंग रखते।
अच्छा। और वैसे नॉर्मली वो ज्यादा क्या खाते हैं, मीठा तीखा खट्टा क्या ज्यादा पसंद है पहले से?
नॉर्मल खाना और मीठा पसंद है।
मीठा अभी भी मीठा पसंद आ रहा है कि अभी नहीं आ रहा है?
पसंद आ रहा है। हाँ, मीठा पसंद आ रहा है।
अच्छा ओके। और यूरिन में कुछ चेंजेस आया? यूरिन येलो, यूरिन में ऑफेंसिव स्मेल आ रहा है, या यूरिन में जलन हो रही है?
येलो भी है और स्मेल भी आ रहा है मुझे।
येलो भी है और स्मेल भी आ रहा है यूरिन में? पहले नहीं था ऐसा?
पहले नहीं था, कभी 4-5 दिन से आ रहा है।
अच्छा। और पानी की प्यास कैसी है जब से?
बहुत पानी पी रहे हैं, बहुत पानी पी रहे हैं।
प्यास बढ़ गई है इनकी?
प्यास बढ़ गई है। हाँ, उतना नहीं बढ़ा है, लेकिन पी रहे हैं, मतलब वो
पी रहे हैं? मतलब जबरदस्ती पी रहे हैं या प्यास लग रही है?
नहीं, थोड़े थोड़े जोर में पी रहे हैं। प्यास लगती है कि जबरदस्ती पी रहे हैं? प्यास लगती है।
ओके। और पेट साफ हो रहा है?
मोशन क्लियर है। आज नहीं हुआ उनको।
आज कॉन्स्टिपेशन है? ओके। कल नॉर्मल था पेट?
नॉर्मल था। हाँ सर।
ओके। और 3-4 दिन से नींद के पैटर्न में कुछ चेंजेस आया है?
नींद रात में डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं, उठ जाते हैं।
हाँ जी?
रात में उठ जाते हैं वो नींद में।
ये 3-4 दिन से ऐसा है?
हाँ हाँ।
मतलब कितने बजे उठते हैं, कोई टाइम है, वही टाइम पे उठते हैं?
नहीं। और रात में जब उठते तो वापस उनको खांसी वगैरह होता है।
ओके। तो स्लीप डिस्टर्ब है थोड़ी?
हाँ, स्लीप डिस्टर्ब है।
तो रात को कितनी बार उठते हैं दिन सोने के बाद?
एक बार।
एक ही बार उठते हैं, फिर तो नहीं?
उसके बाद में उनको नींद जल्दी नहीं आता, और है ना, नींद में वो अपना लेफ्ट पैर हिलाते हैं, मतलब अननोइंगली उनका लेफ्ट पैर हिलते रहता है।
ये कब से है?
ये मैंने अभी 2 दिन से नोटिस किया है।
वेरी गुड, ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है।
हाँ।
तो नींद में ये लेफ्ट पैर आप 2 दिन से नोट कर रहे हो कि हिलाते हैं, पहले नहीं हिलाते थे कभी?
हाँ, पहले नहीं हिलाते थे ये।
ओके।
अभी तो बैठे बैठे भी इनका पैर ऐसे हिलते रहता है, मतलब उनको पता नहीं रहता है।
ऐसे दिन में भी हिलाते रहते हैं लेफ्ट पैर?
नहीं, नॉर्मली वो हिलाते हैं, लेकिन अभी नींद में दो दिन से मैंने नोटिस किया है।
ओके। और एक बार नींद आ जाता तो फिर नींद खुल जाता है, उसके बाद तुरंत नींद आ जाता है कि टाइम लगता है?
टाइम लगता है नींद आने के लिए, खुलने के बाद फिर तुरंत नींद आता है। 15-20 मिनट के बाद वो खांसी उठती है ना, फिर उसके बाद में वो थोड़ा सबसाइड होने के बाद में थोड़ा वो ऐसे टिल्टेड पोजीशन में सोते हैं तो आ जाता है।
ओके। तो खांसी का कुछ ऐसा है कि ये पोजीशन पे सोने पर कम होता है या ये पोजीशन पे सोने पर बढ़ जाता है, ऐसा कुछ है?
ऐसा कुछ है, पोजीशन खांसी का सोने पे कम होता है या सोने पे बढ़ जाता है। राइट साइड पे सोएंगे तो बढ़ जाता है, अभी भी राइट में मुड़े तो आ गया।
ओके, जैसे राइट साइड पे सोते हैं तो खांसी बढ़ जाती है।
हाँ।
ओके, एक सेकेंड। और आवाज से कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? गाड़ी की आवाज, टीवी की आवाज, पहले नहीं होता था अभी हो रहा है, ऐसा कुछ है? आवाज से चिड़चिड़ापन आ रहा है?
आवाज से चिड़चिड़ापन आ रहा है, गाड़ी की आवाज, टीवी की आवाज, बच्चों की आवाज, थोड़ा इरिटेशन होता है।
मतलब थोड़ा ही है ना, ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना?
ज्यादा नहीं है। कुछ
ओके।
बोलते पिक्चर लगाओ और फिर जैसे ही उनका ये हो जाए अभी बंद कर दो।
मतलब बोलते हैं उसको फिर ऑपोजिट कर देते हैं, ऐसा?
हाँ, मतलब कैसा माइंड डाइवर्ट करने के लिए लगा देते हैं हम।
हाँ।
फिर जैसे ही मुझे लगता है उनको नींद आने लगती है तो बोलते हैं अभी सब बंद कर दो।
अच्छा। और लाइट से कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है आंखों पे? लाइट
डायरेक्ट आंख में आएगा तो उनको सहन नहीं होता।
वो पहले से है कि अभी अभी है?
नहीं, अभी अभी।
अच्छा, अभी लाइट भी प्रॉब्लम कर रहा है। ओके, एक सेकेंड। अभी ना खांसी का पैटर्न कैसा है? मतलब ऐसा कुछ है सुबह ही, दोपहर, शाम, रात, वही टाइम पे आता है?
नहीं, कंटिन्यूस है ही हो ना।
कंटिन्यूस।
जब सो जाते हैं नींद में तो वो नहीं खांसते, लेकिन जैसे उनका नींद डिस्टर्ब होता है
हाँ।
तो उठते के साथ ही वो खांसी के साथ उठते हैं। हाँ, थोड़ा भी एक्सर्शन लगेगा तो खांसी लगता है। अगर उनको बोल दिया ये थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी करो
हाँ।
तो उससे उनको खांसी डेवलप होता है।
और जैसे नींद में से सुबह उठे और खांसी चालू हो जाती है?
हाँ,
जैसे 3 दिन से, जैसे जब भी सुबह उठ रहे हैं नींद में से तो खांसी रहती है चालू?
नींद में से सो के उठते हुए तो खांसी रहती है ना चालू? नहीं।
ओके।
तो कितनी देर के बाद उससे उठने के बाद चेंज कर, मतलब जैसे उठ के बेड पोजीशन चेंज होगा तो होती है।
ओके।
अगर वो जैसे स्लीपिंग पोजीशन में लेटे हुए तो उस वक्त नहीं होगी उनको।
हाँ। ओके। और खांसी के टाइम कहीं पे पेन होता है? हेडेक या थ्रोट पेन या चेस्ट पेन या एब्डोमेन पेन, कान में दर्द होता है?
पेन, थ्रोट पेन, हेडेक, इधर भी पेन? नहीं सर।
कहीं पे भी पेन नहीं होता है खांसने पर?
नहीं सर। हाँ, जब ड्राई कॉफ था ना
हाँ
सर तो अपर एब्डोमेन में होता था पेन।
अच्छा, और अभी नहीं?
म्यूकस आने लगा है तब से पेन नहीं है।
ओके। और खांसने के टाइम पसीना आ रहा है या कहीं पे ब्लीडिंग हो रही है या कहीं पे लूज मोशन, यूरिन कोई आ रहा है खांसने पर? कुछ भी डिस्चार्ज आ रहा है बॉडी से खांसने पर?
हाँ, खांसने पे यूरिन पास हो रहा है या ऐसे लूज मोशन हो? नहीं सर, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं
है। ओके। और खांसी रूम में ज्यादा आ रही है, खुली हवा में ज्यादा आ रही है?
सर एक्चुअली वो लास्ट 2 वीक से रूम में ही है।
हाँ।
बाहर गए नहीं।
ओके।
और जब भी गर्मी लगती है हम ये लगा देते हैं, पर्दे लगा के, मतलब एसी ऑन कर देते हैं।
तो ऐसे ठंडे एसी के हवा ज्यादा, ठंडी हवा में खांसी बढ़ जाती है या गर्म हो जाता तो बढ़ जाती है रूम?
गर्म होता है तो बढ़ता है, ठंडा लगता है तो बढ़ता है। नहीं, बीच बीच में ऐसे सफोकेशन होता है तो बोलते हैं सब विंडोज खोल दो।
हाँ।
फिर बीच बीच में गर्म होता है तो बोलते नहीं अभी एसी लगाओ।
अच्छा, और चादर ओढ़ते हैं सोने के टाइम?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं।
एसी चालू रहेगा तो?
नहीं।
तो गर्मी ज्यादा है फिलहाल बॉडी में? फिर बॉडी में हीट बहुत है फिलहाल?
हाँ, पहले लेते थे एसी में चादर वगैरह, अभी नहीं लेते। अभी सिर्फ फीवर आया तो उनको ऐसा लगता है चादर लेना है।
ओके।
नहीं तो ये बिना चादर के कभी सोते भी नहीं है। लेकिन अभी इनको 2-3 दिन से मैं ऑब्जर्व कर रही हूँ, बिल्कुल चादर नहीं लेता है बॉडी पे।
अच्छा।
नहीं तो वो पहले पूरा सर से पैर मतलब ऐसा चादर लेके ही वो सोते हैं।
ओके ओके।
हम्म।
और इनके बिहेवियर में आपने क्या चेंज देखा है पहले और अभी में? ये अकेले रहना ज़्यादा पसंद है या कोई साथ में चाहिए, या कुछ भी चेंजेस आया है बिहेवियर में फिलहाल 3-4 दिन से?
शांत रहते हैं,
चुप रहते हैं ज़्यादा?
चुप रहते हैं सब।
फ्रूट जूस मांग रहे ज़्यादा, ऐसा कुछ है क्या?
नहीं, वो मानते ही नहीं है सर, पहले से ही कुछ नहीं मानते।
ओके। अच्छा, और कुछ बताना है? नहीं तो मैं अभी केस है ना रेपर्टराइज करके फिर मैं आपको पास